Yo hoes, it's one model back. Finally finished these fucking grips. I just kind of forgot about them during the week. Just let them cure and sit. They have actually put 5 coats of true oil on these. Did not come out perfect. There was some issues in the wood that I could not, sand out and fix. There's some tiny solvent pops. I work in auto detailing, so I know what solvent pop is. But there's some solvent pop issues right here. There had to be some sort of chemical or contaminant that got on here somewhere along. I did a hell of a job to keep them clean, I thought, between coats, but apparently not. I mean, and all it takes is some for, a little breeze or a little wind to push some for dust or dirt or whatever in there. And we live on a dusty mountain road, so, it could have very well been. I think from a distance, they came out really, really nice. I mean, if you look up close, you're going to be able to pick the solvent pops out. But the checkering on these grips, I think came out really nice. I was worried about them. That being the part I was worried about the most initially. But they came out really nice, honestly. Yeah. Took just enough off with the sandpaper and the steel wool, and the stain got down in there enough, just the right amount. It didn't make it look cakey looking. There's extra buildup or whatever. I'm actually more impressed with the checkering than the flat body part of the grips. This is just a little experiment before I do buy extra, another pair for them. But I'm impressed with how that stain and that true oil came out on the checkering. But let me pause you. I'll put them on the gun. We'll see what they look like when they're on the gun. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I got the grips on. Yes. Unloaded. YouTube. Don't worry. Don't have a fucking stroke. The gun's unloaded. That's what it looks like. You can, use, those of you who have these know what the original grips look like. Definitely a big difference. These now have, it's like more of a reddish tint to them, like a red oak, almost like a root beer. Like a root beer and soda, or like a root beer barrel, the color, that brownish, goldish color, Very happy with how the checkerings took to the stain and the true oil. And this screw, by the way, I don't know who had this gun before me. I did buy this gun used at a local gun shop. But this grip screw, somebody reamed it. Just totally cranked on her. And the thing is fucking stripped. The threads are not stripped. The head on this thing is stripped the fuck out. It's blown out. So you gotta use a wider straight head screwdriver just to get in and turn that thing. So I'm gonna go into the hardware store and see if I can find. I think these are Imperial threads. Or I'll go down the road to the Bolt Man, they call them. But I need to get another grip screw for that, because that's just some ape, who doesn't know how to tighten shit. First of all, you don't tighten these down. You just snug them. You should not turn these grip screws as tight to where you can't turn it anymore. You turn it tight and back it off a quarter turn or an eighth of a turn. The grip is not going to come loose. You don't need this thing torqued down. You don't torque it down with a fucking torque wrench, inch pound or foot pounds. So, look at that screw. Look at the head of that screw. Just fucking blown out. Like somebody's asshole after a night at Taco Bell. But besides the point, that's just, people are just idiots. Right, Georgia? Yeah, right. People are idiots. The laws and mechanics in this country are really going out the door. Nobody knows how to do anything, do they? Right, Georgia? No, they don't. But as it looks, so talking guns again, huh? Yes, we are. There's the other side. The passenger side, as I call it, of the revolver. Looks solid, not perfect. Solvent pop, really, no, I'm wondering what got on that. It's done and over with now, like I said. It is what it is. I think they look good. And I also, so that's the grips. Man, that screw really pisses me off. I have OCD when it comes to my projects, and that screw just, Jesus Christ. What do some of you people think? Just cranking on her, huh? Crank on her, bud. Jesus. Fucking stupid. People that do that don't need to work on their guns. Debatable whether they should own guns. I mean, everybody should own guns. But if you treat a screw like that, please do not work on any of your guns. Take them to somebody who knows what they're doing. Because when a screw looks like that, you don't know what you're doing. That's just basic mechanics. So leave the gun, you know, just don't touch your guns. Just shoot them cautiously. And if they need something done to them, let somebody who knows what they're doing do it. Look at that, blown out. Looks like a blown out rectum. Christ. But anyway, grips look solid. A lot better than the plain Jane factory look. Like I said, it didn't take much, couple days, just longest part was waiting in between coats. But the gun I also did, and I can see some leakage, some seep, it looks like that is oil. What I did, was while these grips were off, I soaked this. Actually, I told you I filled that into with white fingernail polish. The lettering. What I did, I soaked this and I put it in an old Tupperware container. And I soaked it overnight for about 24 hours, actually, in some ballistol. I just took a toothbrush and cleaned this parkerization down. It was dull. Cleaned it up some. You can tell from the beginning of the video, when I started this, it does look cleaner. Now, the thing you'd get without tearing these revolvers completely apart, piece by piece, and soaking them, if you soak them whole, really let them dry out. Revolver is not as important because you don't have as much working parts as like a semi pistol. But the thing, just let these dry out, a couple of days. Set them in front of a fan or somewhere by a heater. I don't set them on the heater, obviously. Another instance where you use common sense. Set them close, semi-close, to a heat source or some air. Let them dry out, open the cylinder. Just pop the cylinder open and, well, you can clean that. I cleaned that. I dried that out. There's some surface stuff right here. But the chambers are dry. Everything's dry. You'll get some seepage from the hinge up here. As you see right there, the hinge where the barrel flips out. But then some here where the switch is. Cylinder lever. And the hammer. Anything that moves, you're going to get seepage. But it's oil. It's not going to hurt the gun. You can see right there. Got some rust to wipe down. The ballistol cleaner out. Looks better. I'm going to wipe her down again with a lint-free cotton rag. I have it with it came out. With the way it came out. She'll go back in the holster and be ready to be carried again. If you guys have any questions or whatever, comments, let them down in the comment section, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Everybody have a good weekend. One Model 88 signing off. Later on, boys.